Today we are going to talk about Soundexchange. Established by the Copyright Royalty Board, Soundexchange is a non-profit organization that collects and distributes digital performance royalties on behalf of recording artists, master owners, and independent artists. Soundexchange was created as a division of the RI in 2000. In 2001, major record labels and artists agreed on a standard for paying royalties earned from cable and satellite music services, and Soundexchange made its first payment, distributing $5.2 million in royalties to recording artists and labels. In 2002, 4 years after the Digital Millennium Copyright Act granted webcasters an automatic license to play copyrighted music provided that a royalty was paid, a lengthy arbitration process was concluded, and a royalty rate was set. Soundexchange was spun off from the RI and became an independent non-profit corporation in 2003 under the law. 45% of performance royalties are paid directly to the featured artists on a recording, and 5% are paid to a fund for non-featured artists. The other 50% of the performance royalties are paid to the rights owner of the sound recording. Soundexchange is concerned with paying out royalties for sound recording performances, which come under the new federal rules of music licensing. Mainly the Soundexchange handle performance royalties, but they also gather and analyze all the data associated with a certain recording. They distribute royalties accordingly to featured artists with copyright owners and non-featured artists. Overseen by a board of directors composed of artists, artist representatives, and sound recording copyright owners, Soundexchange is also an advocate for music licensing reform. As of 2020, it had paid more than $6 billion to recording artists and rights owners. Soundexchange collects royalties for all sound recordings played on non-interactive digital radio. This includes recordings and soundtracks made by actors, comedians, and spoken word artists in addition to musicians. An administrative fee is deducted from royalties before they are distributed, with the remainder divided between the performing artists on a given recording and the copyright owner of that recording. Soundexchange collects and distributes royalties for all artists and copyright owners covered under the statutory licenses. It has collection agreements with more than 40 international performance rights organizations around the world, allowing it to collect and pay royalties to recording artists and rights owners when their music is played in those countries. In 2017, Soundexchange expanded into music publisher administration with its acquisition of Canadian Mechanical Rights Society, Canadian Musical Reproduction Rights Agency, CMRRA. There are a few other similar organizations, however, they collect a different type of royalty. Some exchange should not be used in isolation, though, especially if you're a performing artist who writes and produces songs. Whilst this collective rights management organization is great at distributing money to artists for their music, it only concerns a certain type of royalty. However, registering with Soundexchange is still a great way for recording artists and record labels to get paid for that work. Plus, it's free, so what's not to love? If you would like to learn more about Soundexchange, then check out the link in the description below.